My name is Jill Cruz. I have a Master of Science degree in Human Nutrition and I'm a certified nutrition specialist. Since 2011, I've been working in this busy functional medicine practice with a wide variety of people using a broad range of tools to help them reach their health goals. Today I'm going to talk about how you can find the best weight loss plateau solutions for you using 4 simple tools. If you have reached a weight loss plateau, it can be so frustrating. Instead of searching around for generic tips that may or may not apply to you, I'm going to introduce you to using these basic tools to help you find the solutions that are right for you. And the amazing thing is, while you're going through this process, you're going to learn so much about your body, and it will help you find diet and fitness and lifestyle practices that are appropriate for your needs. The first tool I'm going to talk about is a dietary intake app. You know those apps that you put on your phone, such as MyFitnessPal or Lose It or Chronometer? Those are dietary intake apps where you record what you're eating on a daily basis. These apps can be so helpful. Now, if you've just recently lost weight and then reached a plateau, you probably have already used one of these apps, and you may be thinking, well, I know that's not going to work because I've already been doing it. However, as you lose weight, your caloric needs change, your metabolism changes. As you work out more, your metabolism changes as well. So maybe you need to go back into one of those apps and change some of your stats, reduce your caloric intake or reduce your carb intake. It really depends on what you've been doing up until this point. And if you haven't been using one of these apps, I highly suggest that you start. You would be surprised how easy it is to rack up the calories, even 200-300 calories more than you need to lose weight. And you can enter everything that you've eaten and everything you've consumed, drinks included, because those can sneak up the calories very quickly. And by doing so, you may be able to find little tiny things in your diet that are making a big difference and blocking your ability to lose weight. As I always say, the devil is in the details with weight loss. A couple of other things to think about when you're tracking your food intake. First of all, like I mentioned before, if you've lost weight, maybe you need to readjust your macros to match your new weight and your new metabolism. Another thing to keep in mind is your food quality. You would be surprised how much of a difference it can make switching from conventional to organic. Conventional foods can contain elements, chemicals that can actually disrupt your hormonal balance, making it more difficult for you to lose weight. Chemicals such as pesticides in non-organic foods can also cause inflammation in your body, making it difficult to lose weight. And of course, there's always the question of food sensitivities. Sometimes people are consuming a food like dairy and they don't even realize it, and it's causing inflammation in their body and making it difficult for them to lose weight. So not only do you have to pay attention to how many calories, how much carbs, all of those factors, but also pay attention to your food quality and do some investigative work. Maybe there's something in your diet that is blocking weight loss, some food that you would maybe not suspect. So you have to use the apps to really pay attention and keep track of what's going on. The next 2 tools are so important for weight loss and pushing through that weight loss plateau. The first is a fitness app. So if you've already been using a dietary intake app, sometimes they're included. MyFitnessPal has both. So now I would like you to start tracking your fitness. But in order to do that accurately, you need a heart rate monitor, which is the 3rd tool. A heart rate monitor, in order for it to really truly be accurate, it needs to go on your chest. So I recommend the Polar H10. It's a Bluetooth chest heart rate monitor. Once you get the Bluetooth going on your body and you start moving, you turn on the app, and the app is going to track your heart rate throughout your workout. This gives you invaluable information on how you're training. Here's how to use your heart rate to help you overcome a weight loss plateau. First, you want to know what your resting heart rate is. This will tell you how fit you are. Within reason, a lower resting heart rate indicates better cardio health. Using your resting heart rate, you can then train in zones very deliberately. Instead of just following generic recommendations based on your age and sex, why not personalize it for yourself based on your resting heart rate? Doing this will optimize your workout and may be that one factor that is blocking you from losing weight. Then you're going to track your workouts in an app to see how you are training. Most people respond very well to increased resistance training, meaning you use weights or your body weight or bands or TRX or stuff like that, because when you increase your muscle mass, it revs up your metabolism. So make sure you're not just doing a bunch of cardio. And when you do cardio, train in your zones very deliberately. So how do you figure out your zones? Well, you can always look this up, but the basic is that you're going to get, there's zone 1, 2, and there's warm up, there's zone 1, there's zone 2, and there's zone 3. So one of the most efficient ways to burn calories and get your heart rate going and improve your cardiovascular health is to do high intensity interval cardio training. High intensity interval cardio training. So you're basically doing high intensity, but you're intervaling it. So you're going in and out of these high intensity zones so that you have a recovery period. For example, you get your heart rate up to zone 3, which is the most difficult, right? That will be 85 to 95% of your heart rate max. You do that for short intervals, like 30 seconds, 60 seconds, up to 120 seconds at a time, which is 2 minutes. And then after you've spent, let's say, 1 minute in zone 3 and you're really pumping and you're really going, then you get yourself back down to zone 2, which is 75 to 85% of your max for short recovery. And then you go back and forth, intervaling back and forth between these zones. And you can vary the length of time. When you start off, you may do 30 seconds in zone 3 and then 2 minutes of recovery, and then again 30 seconds in zone 3 and 2 minutes of recovery. But as you get better and more cardiovascularly fit, you can spend longer in that zone 3, but really you only want to do it for up to 2 minutes. That recovery period is so important. You're training your heart and your body to be able to go working at almost full intensity, and then, okay, let's pull it back and slow down, and come on heart, keep up with me. And just by doing in and out, you're training your heart to be more fit. And this stuff is amazing for your cardiovascular fitness, but it also can really boost weight loss. It's like magic. The fourth tool that I'm going to recommend is another app, and this app is going to track your heart rate variability. If this is a new term to you, please do not get intimidated by it. It is an incredibly useful tool. Now, the heart rate variability app is going to track your heart rate variability, and so of course you need a tool to send the signal of your heart rate to the app. And guess what? We already discussed that tool, and that is a chest monitor, which will accurately measure your heart rate and your heart rate variability and send that data to the app. Now you may be thinking, what in the heck is heart rate variability? Heart rate variability is the difference in the timing between your heart beats. So if your heart rate, let's say your heart beats 60 times per minute, that doesn't mean that your heart is beating on the dime every second. No, there's variability between each beat. So one beat may be taking 0.8 of a second, another may be taking 1 second, another may be taking 1.2 seconds. So yes, if you look at it over the course of 60 seconds, you're going to see maybe 60 beats. But how quickly those beats came each time, that should vary. And that measuring that variability is your heart rate variability. Heart rate variability is a tool that I recommend to almost all of the people that I work with. It's amazing. Did you know that your heart rate variability can tell you how stressed you are or how well your body is dealing with your stress, even if you don't feel it? That's amazing. And it also can tell you about inflammation in your body. So it's an amazing tool, and it's also linked, low heart rate variability there's a lot of research showing that people who are obese or overweight have a lower heart rate variability, which is not good. We want it to be higher. People who have cancer have a lower heart rate variability. People who have cardiovascular disease have a lower heart rate variability. People who don't sleep well have a lower heart rate variability. All of these factors can affect your ability to lose weight. Not only does stress affect your ability to lose weight, but not sleeping well or having a cardiovascular issue. All of these things can make it more difficult. So when you use heart rate variability, you're checking in to see what's going on under the hood. Things may be going on that you're not even aware of. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that so cool? You can take your health into your own hands. And that's what Body Beheld is all about. So the app that I recommend is called Elite HRV. And the cool thing about Elite HRV is that it will give you a morning readiness score. So when you wake up in the morning, you measure your heart rate variability, you just lie there in bed for 5 minutes quietly, and the app does all the work for you. And then it gives you a score, and it'll tell you how much stress you have going on in your body and how well you're coping with it. And so this can help you with overcome your weight loss plateau, because if you're overly stressed, if you're not sleeping well, if you're overtraining, it's going to show up in your heart rate variability, and then you'll know, okay, now there's something going on here that I need to fix. And potentially, if you don't fix it, you're never going to get past that plateau, or you may just give up in the process. So the heart rate variability can really help hone in on what are the issues. Now, it's not going to tell you exactly if it's sleep or stress or overtraining. That's where you have to do the investigative work. But without this tool, how would you ever even know that this was a problem? So to summarize, there are a ton of tips out there that are generic, that give you ideas on how you can overcome a weight loss plateau. But wouldn't it make more sense to use a couple of really simple tools to find out what your specific issues are? So those tools are an app for tracking your caloric intake, your macronutrient intake, protein, fat, and carbs, and also for you to pay attention to little things like maybe you're drinking a little bit too much soda, or shouldn't be drinking any at all. Or maybe there's a food in your diet that you're eating all the time that's causing inflammation in your body and making it difficult for you to lose weight now. So that's the first one, is a dietary intake app. The second is get a heart rate monitor, a good quality heart rate monitor that goes on your chest and has Bluetooth so you can sync it with different apps. This is going to allow you to get use a fitness tracking app such as Polar Beat, and while you're working out, you're going to keep track of your heart rate and your heart rate recovery. And of course, then you can use the heart rate monitor to sync with an app to measure your heart rate variability. So using these 4 tools, you're going to discover so much about your body. It will give you a lot of data, and it will definitely help you find weight loss plateau solutions that are going to work for you. You're going to be a health tracker. And that's what Body Beheld is all about, personalized health and nutrition, learning about your body so that you can do the best practices for your body.